Hey guys, in continuing my quest for the 4-blade industrial, I picked up this 48-inch Crompton Greaves. I don't typically like the metal-bladed versions of these, but I wanted the specific 4-bladed industrial version, not the, residential blade arms with metal blades, but the industrial blades, but 4 of them. It's interesting because the industrial blades are the 4 blades are much wider than the 3. If this was a 3-blade fan, the blades would be much narrower, which is interesting because it ends up with just a combined total of so much more surface area and pretty much the same motor. So it's definitely very interesting. It's rated at 0.7 amps. Did come with this very old school Crompton Greaves controller. And let's give it a whirl with the amp meter. Speed 1 is low, 0.39. So, kind of fast for me. But I'm feeling air from it already. 2.53 already. Yep, that is 2. 3.61. We're moving quite quickly. 4.71, so we're already over the rated. And then 5.83. Well, it does move quite a bit of air for a 48-inch fan. I'm sure you can hear that breeze directly underneath it. I'll go out to my testing location here. Yeah, it's a strong breeze out here. That might be the winner for 48-inch fans. I can't remember what other 48-inch fans we've tested that gave a strong performance at this distance, but this will give plenty of 56-inch fans a run for their money. Okay, let's try it with the 4-speed capacitor-based control now. Just going to leave the Encon control set to high. Didn't do anything to the bearings either. So this is all natural. It's made in Bombay, India. Those who know Crompton Greaves, I'm sure already know that. I can't remember if I mentioned it before. When I bought this, I did not see the bottom of the motor, and I was really hoping it was the version that has the little tiny mini switch housing. I've been wanting one of those ever since I learned they existed. So I'm slightly sad that it's not that version, but I knew that was a long shot, because those are incredibly rare. I think only myself and one other collector have seen them. I saw them in a flea market somewhere in Illinois. I can't remember where in Illinois. And my friend saw some at a bowling alley somewhere in Iowa. I didn't think to check to see if these are steel or aluminum blades. It's aluminum motor, cast aluminum motor. So I think while it's spinning down, I will go get a magnet. It's actually very cool looking with 4 metal blades. a little bit of a beater. It's not an amazing shape, but it would be fine in any commercial installation. Okay, let's see what these blades are made of. Yep, aluminum. The magnet does not stick. Okay, so with the fast go control, let's go all the way to the lowest setting, 0.25. It's giving us a pretty good low, looks like. Medium low, 0.5 on the nose. Medium high, 0.69. We're at 0.7 now. That's actually a fairly good range of speeds. I'll let that get up to speed so we can make sure we see the difference between. There's medium high, and then here's high. So there's a noticeable difference. Okay. I'm going to try a couple other controls. Let's go through my camera stand, what the hell was I just saying there? Acrobatics is what I was trying to say, but what word actually came out of my mouth? It's one of the great mysteries of fandom, I guess. Try to get it more centered. I think that's pretty good. It's hard for me to tell, but I'm going to assume that's pretty good. So while that's spinning down, put the speaker back. One of these days I'll get an actual magnet not attached to a speaker. In fact, I've got several, just a matter of finding them. But since I happen to store speakers here, that just kind of makes more sense. So we'll try the Emerson control, which is the 4711. Really just want to see what that 4 looks like. I'm betting it'll give us a real good representation. But, it's interesting, you don't see these older ones with bad bearings nearly as often as you see the post Encon ones, like the Airmaster and whatnot, Can-Arm versions. You see those with bad bearings all the time. Those also have a higher current draw. I wonder why that is. They go slower and have a higher current draw, but the motor housing appears to be the same. I'm looking to see where mine is. I have one of those kicking around here somewhere. Oh, motor housing is not the same. That's why it's much smaller on the newer version. Just took a closer look. The newer version is right behind the camera, and the older version is hanging from the wall opposite it. Okay, let's check out the 4. What did I not do? Because I do not have electricity happening here. Okay, hold on. I think one of the wires came disconnected in the control. Yep, there it is. So I'm going to reconnect that. So continuing my week of Lauryn Hill, the song that's in my head today is Fuji La. Okay, now we have 4.18. And a beautiful slow low speed it is indeed. I did not intend for that to rhyme. I'm a poet and I didn't even know I was rhyming those words. Okay. 7 brings us to 0.35. 11 brings us to 0.53. And then, of course, high for reference. I like the 4 for obvious reasons, but I feel like the 7 and the 11 are a little bit on the slow side. I think I could go with a 4, 8, 12, or a 4, would that be a 4, 9, 13? Even a 4, 10, 14 wouldn't be horrible. That'd be a pretty big jump between. So I'm not going to do the Evergo control because we did the Encon control, which is basically the same thing. But we will live that solid state life. I guess I can't really count it as a childhood sighting of these because I was an adult, but I was a pretty young adult. The church that I used to have rehearsals at in Rockford. For some reason, Crompton Greaves are almost never found in Wisconsin, but they're all over in Illinois. I don't know why. There's just some. They must have had some dealers in Illinois, but many churches that I worked with in Rockford had them, and there was one in particular that was probably the first church that I saw them in. Had a bunch of white 3-bladed ones, and then a church that I worked with at a later time had a bunch of brown 3-bladed ones. That was actually a really cool looking church, although there was a place where it seemed like a fan was removed because it looked like there should have been a row of 3, but there was only 2. I may or may not be recording one other fan tonight. I wanted to get this one out of the way first, and then I got to work on the other fan and see if it's going to be ready to be filmed tonight. That spin down time sure is long. Okay, we're starting with the solid state control. It's at 0.03, 0.05, 6, 7, 8. I'm getting some buzz from it, even before it's moving. I don't like that. 0.1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5. So that's 0.15. Let's turn it an eighth of a turn. Takes us to 0.27. That's very buzzy. Good God, that's loud. Another eighth of a turn takes us to 0.48. Another eighth of a turn takes us to 0.68. surprised at how loud it is because I've used these on variable speed controls before and they weren't noticeably loud. So I don't know what this one's thing is. Okay, well that's the Encon Crompton Greaves. I don't remember if there's a model number on it or not. I think they just have the millimeters, which in this case I think is 1200 millimeters, if I'm not mistaken. And continuing my quest for four-bladed industrials and cast motor industrials and all the other things that I like. I like pretty much anything stack motor that's not ball socket. I like pretty much anything that's cast motor. There aren't really a whole lot of cast motor ball socket, but anything that's cast motor and not ball socket. I really don't like ball socket. There's some huge blades. Look how wide those things are. They're way out of proportion with the motor. That's why I don't typically like these. But again, I made an exception because of my industrial quest. They almost look like they're not even real blades, like there's something that somebody fabricated. You can kind of see the scuffs and scratches from this angle. Like I said, it's a bit of a beater, but not unbearable. There you have it. Thanks for watching.